In this next exercise, we're going to take the program we just wrote that displays the number of occurrences of numbers through the random number generator and change that from numbers to a bar chart or histogram to give a graphical display. Now this isn't perfect since we are working with a DOS window, but you get the idea of how you can use this sort of technique for some fancier graphics displays, and it gives us a chance to work with arrays some more. So here's the previous program. And to change from numbers to a histogram is really a fairly simple change. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to create a variable, stars. It's going to store the number of stars or asterisks we're going to write when we create a bar chart for a number. Then taking the for loop that we already have, we'll open up the body. Go ahead and delete this line because we're not going to use it anymore. And then write stars is equal to numbers sub I, and that'll be the number of occurrences for any particular number that shows up in the list. Then we're going to write the first prompt, which is the number and a colon out beside it. Then we're going to write an inner loop. This is almost more an exercise on working with for loops than it is with arrays, but you get the idea. Then for j equals 0, j less than stars. So if stars is 3, then j will go 0, 1, 2, plus plus j. Console write an asterisk. A console write line, empty line, to put a space after the last asterisk or a blank line. So there's our complete program. So the outer loop is taking us from each number, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through 100. Then the inner loop is going to write out the number of stars that represents the number of occurrences of that number. So let's give this program a run. So there you go. Let's scroll it up so you can see a little bit better. So there was 1, 1. There's no 2, 3, 4s or 5s, and 2 6s, 3 7s. Scroll down. There's 3 56s, 4 66s, 4 75s, and so on and so forth. Let's run it again. Okay, this time, of course, we get a different distribution. But again, it's very nice to be able to simply look at the stars or the bar chart to figure out the number of occurrences. And in the proper environment, this would be a very useful display. It's a little bit clunky here, again, since we're working with a DOS window. So to summarize what we did, this was a very simple change to the program. We already had the basic outline in place. All we had to do was add an inner loop that wrote out an asterisk for each number of occurrence. So if there were 3 occurrences, then we wrote 3 stars or 3 asterisks. So that inner loop is what's doing the work in this particular program. So this was a pretty short exercise, and that's probably good because the next exercise is going to be a little bit longer. We're going to see how to use a 2-dimensional array to simulate shuffling a deck of cards.